Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Bus. I'm Saurabh Bharati. Coming up in the next half an hour. Bangladesh cements final Super 8 spot in ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Beats Nepal by 21 runs. All teams in Super 8 confirmed. Matches to begin from June 19th. England starts their Euro 2024 campaign with a win over Serbia. In another encounter, Denmark and Slovenia play out a 1-1 draw. Bryson DeChambeau wins US Open for the second time, beats Rory McIlroy in a thrilling final round. First up, all the cricketing action from the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Bangladesh beat Nepal by 21 runs on Sunday in Kingstown to seal the final spot in Super 8 phase of the T20 World Cup. Nepal restricted Bangladesh to 106 after winning the toss and fielding first, but were bowled out for 85 with 4 balls to spare. With this, all the 8 teams in the Super 8 phase of the tournament are decided. The win put Bangladesh in Group 1 of the Super 8s with India, Australia and Afghanistan. They will take on India on June 22nd. And Babar Azam's unbeaten 32 saved Pakistan's blushes as the side ended its disappointing T20 World Cup campaign with a 3-wicket win over Ireland in Florida on Sunday. Pakistan struggled in the 107-run chase, but Babar held one end tight to ensure there was no more upset for the 2009 champions in the tournament. Pakistan managed to reach 111 for 7 in 18.5 overs in a closely fought run chase. Earlier, Shaheen Afridi and Imad Wasim picked 3 wickets each, as Ireland posted 106 for 9 after getting an invitation to bat first. Notably, both the teams were already eliminated from the tournament. Born and raised in Mumbai, Saurabh Netravalkar began playing cricket at the age of 10. But after a while, Saurabh set aside his aspirations of playing professional cricket in India and moved to US to pursue a career as a software engineer. Nearly a decade later, he has become the talk of cricket world with his remarkable performances against Pakistan and India. Watch this exclusive interview with the man of the moment, Saurabh Netravalkar, who has helped USA clinch a Super 8 spot.
Joining me is Saurabh Netravalkar, the guy who has made everyone sit up and take note of in this particular T20 World Cup. Saurabh, you have been absolutely scintillating against Pakistan, against India. Tell us more about your journey from Mumbai to, in USA.
Yeah, thank you so much. So to give you in a brief nutshell, grew up in Mumbai, born and brought up in Mumbai, started playing age of 10, I'd say, in the streets of Mumbai, gully cricket. Played school cricket, got into club cricket team, under 13, under 15, came through all age groups, played state cricket, ultimately made my way to the Indian under 19 team, 2010. In parallel, I was also pursuing my education with the same intensity because I was passionate about both. It needed a lot of sacrifices from both sides. My family, I think my parents, my grandparents were also there at that time, have been very supportive for me to have this journey. So I'm grateful for all that. In similar way, did my engineering in Mumbai, 2013 to 15, 2 years I pursued cricket full time, made my way to the Mumbai first class team. But in 2 years, in 2015, I decided, because I wasn't making it to the senior team or getting a big break in cricket, I thought that I'll practically go for higher education, and I sort of, emotional moment for me, I gave up on my cricket dream at that time and I moved to the US. But life had other plans. It gave me a second chance. I'm really grateful for that. And a new journey started here where I used to balance my work life with my cricket. I still do that. And slowly we started playing club cricket here to franchise tournaments, and then gradually made my way to the national team. So it's been a transformative journey full of like ups and downs. So I'm really grateful for my opportunity.
But it's not going to be easy, isn't it? You will be moving to Caribbean island, and it's going to be a very hectic schedule also for you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to play the top teams in the world, so there's no scope for even giving less than 100%. Even your 100% might still not be enough. So what's in our hands to give 100% and plan better, practice hard. I think we have 4 more days for our first game. So yeah, we're all excited and geared up for it.
Much appreciated time. So that was Saurabh Netravalkar, key member of the USA team which have made it to the Super 8 stage, and we're looking forward to a good fight there also. With camera person S. Jayashankar, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Florida.
On to women's cricket now. Indian women's cricket team secured a thumping 78 runs victory over South Africa, its first ODI game in Bengaluru on Sunday. Smriti Mandhana's outstanding century and a clinical bowling performance led by Asha Shobna played a crucial role as they went 1-0 up against South Africa in the first of the 3 ODIs. Mandhana registered a brilliant century to end a ODI 100 drought, recording a brilliant 6th ODI century and the first in last 2 years, and eventually setting a target of 297 runs. Mandhana also surpassed the 7,000 run milestone in international cricket during the first ODI against South Africa. And now, to all the news from the footballing world, but first up from the Euros. Jude Bellingham struck in the first half to give England a 1-0 win over Serbia in their Euro 2024 opener on Sunday. England are the runners-up in the 2020 edition and seeking to finally win a trophy befitting their vast array of attacking talent. After scoring with a header against Serbia, giving the 3 Lions a 1-0 lead, Bellingham has now scored England's opening goal of the tournament at the 2022 World Cup and Euro 2024. England are still a side in transition without stalwarts like centre-back Harry Maguire, who is injured, and midfielder Jordan Henderson, who was left out of the Euros, and with several inexperienced players in the squad. And DD India correspondent Ollie Barrett has more on England's win from London.
England manager Gareth Southgate acknowledging that this was not a perfect performance by any means, but also very much welcoming the win in the first game in the tournament, which makes qualification for England for the next stages looking much more likely now than heading into that first fixture, not least because of the draw between the other 2 members of the group. So England will go into their next game against Denmark on Thursday in a confident mood. The second half of that game was described by some as fairly lacklustre, lacking in imagination from England. Gareth Southgate's substitutions have been questioned by some as well, but the England players, for the most part, saying that they're very pleased indeed to have got off the mark with a first win in that first game, a goal for Jude Bellingham, who many England fans think will be crucial to England's chances in the tournament in Germany. Also, a lot of praise for Mark Guehi in the centre of defence. England's defence has been questioned by many heading into the tournament, partly because of a lack of experience in some of those central positions. But if Mark Guehi can build his experience through the tournament, then that will stand England in very good stead. Harry Kane had a quiet game for the English, but he won't be too worried about that if he continues to get chances and start to score goals later in the tournament. So England will be very pleased with a clean sheet. They'll be very pleased with a first win, but they also know that there's a lot to build on in terms of the performance as they head further on in the tournament and attempt to head deep into the tournament. Harry Kane insisting that this is a team that can go on and bring the trophy home. Ollie Barrett in London reporting for DD India.
And Denmark drew with Slovenia on Sunday in the opening clash, but the major talking point was the return of Christian Eriksen. Broadcasters around the world flashed back to 3 years ago when midfielder Christian Eriksen almost lost his life in very similar circumstances. On that occasion, the Danes were also favourites, taking on a Finland side, making their first appearance at a major finals. But none of that mattered when Eriksen, then 29, slumped to the turf after suffering a cardiac arrest. Remarkably, both the Denmark recovered, with Eriksen having a device to regulate his heart fitted and his teammates going on a storied run to the Euro semi-finals, where they lost to England in the first of many new chapters written since. After almost losing his life on that June evening in Copenhagen, Eriksen was soon back playing, and he scored 2 minutes after running to the national team in a game against the Netherlands in March 2022. On Sunday, he was back pulling the strings in centre of Denmark's midfield as if nothing had ever happened, scoring the opening goal in the 17th minute.
I do think this time in the Euros my story is very different compared to last time, which obviously is a big thing for me personally. But obviously luckily it's been a lot of games since the last time and since that happened, so that hasn't changed. I did have in mind that I hadn't scored at Euros, so obviously that was on my mind, but nothing else than football was on my mind. So really just happy to help the team with the first goal. But yeah, obviously in the end it would have been a different story if we had the 3 points. We'd also be a lot happier and a lot more confident. But I think it's also a wake-up call for us to go into the next game.
2018 World Cup champion and 2022 runner-up France will start their campaign against an in-form Austria tonight. Les Bleus had a shock last 16 exit from Euro 2020 and finished as the runner-up as host in 2016. France are one of the favourites to win the tournament, with manager Didier Deschamps taking his second crack at becoming the first man to win the World Cup and Euros as both player and coach. On the other hand, Austria will typically be no trouble for France, but German manager Ralf Rangnick has led a transformation this past 2 years, with the side imbued with confidence, having lost only once in their last 16 matches since November 2022. Fans believe their side can cause an upset in Group D, where they are joined by Netherlands, Poland and France. All right, and to give more information on this, we've been joined by DD India correspondent Trent Murray from Berlin. Trent, how are you doing? What a delight to all the football fans out there, certainly. Exactly the way they wanted this tournament to start, with hosts Germany clinching victory, England defeating Serbia, Spain getting better of Croatia. What's your assessment?
Oh, look, that's right. I mean, there is an absolute buzz in this country right now, I can tell you, with all the fanfare and the fun and excitement of this tournament. As you say, getting off to a very, very solid start, particularly for the German hosts. I think they enjoyed that Friday night 5-1 win against Scotland. And then, of course, throughout the weekend, we saw some other big matches, including Switzerland's 3-1 win over Hungary, and then the England scoring that, edging out a victory over Serbia 1-0. I think they'll take the win, as Ollie Barrett was saying in his report. It was hard fought for it. I think they'll be looking to do better in other coming matches. But I mean, more broadly, this is just a huge moment, not just for European football, but I think for Germany as hosts as well. We know 24 of Europe's top teams are here in this competition, playing across 10 different cities across Germany, and we know that this does represent a really big moment for the country as it welcomes football fans. In fact, 2.5 million visitors are expected to come here for this competition. Still very early on. I think it's all out there still in terms of who will be able to edge into that crucial final, but certainly there is a buzz right now. Here where I am in Berlin, in the fan zone, at any one time 130,000 fans are cramming into Brandenburg Gate there behind me to watch the match. I think the next big one for them will be on Wednesday night when Germany plays Hungary.
Definitely, Trent. There's a buzz. Now, Trent, what an emotional moment for Christian Eriksen. What a comeback, a true champion, an inspiration to many out there.
I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, it's almost goosebump stuff, isn't it, this? I mean, 3 years almost to the day when his heart stopped on the pitch and doctors had to fight for his life, and they did miraculously manage to bring him back, and he's now not only come back, but has scored the opening goal for his country in that win for Denmark. And I mean, I think we heard it there in his press statement there, didn't he? He said that his story is a little bit different now than last time. We'll talk about humility. I mean, I think that's an understatement, and an extraordinary moment for him and his team.
Definitely, Trent. God's plan, certainly. Now, France will take on Austria in their opening Euro 2024 Group D clash in Dusseldorf. Trent, how do you see this clash? Very important, very exciting. I'm sure fans must be equally excited as well for this one.
Yeah, look, I've got to tell you, I'm actually very excited about this match because on paper, this should be a shoo-in for France. They are the stronger team. They've got the bigger names. They certainly would expect to win. But the Austrians are feeling quite confident. I mean, if we look at the stats, we do know that Austria has only won one of its last 10 matches against France. Of course, France being a World Cup champion in 2018. But they are on a bit of a winning spell. Over the past 19 months, they've managed to win. They've only been defeated once, over their past 16 matches. So it does feel like the Austrians have got the wind in their sails a little bit with all of this. Now, we just have to temper it. Of course, France is one of the real titans of European football. They are not easy to beat, but Austria certainly feels like they are going into this match tonight with a bit of confidence, and they are saying that all they just need to do is to be courageous and be convinced of their own strength. That's what the coach is saying. He's saying if they can get there, they could really cause a big upset early in this tournament against Les Bleus.
All right, thanks for this information. Thanks for your assessment, Trent. German police fired shots at a person who threatened officers with a pickaxe, an incendiary device, on the sidelines of Euro 2024 soccer fan parade in central Hamburg on Sunday, according to a police post on social media platform X. A major police operation is now underway and the attacker is currently receiving medical care for injuries. The post added. The incident occurred in St. Pauli district of the city as Poland and the Netherlands prepare to play against each other in Hamburg's Volkspark Stadion at 3 p.m., which is 1300 GMT. Fan marches are scheduled ahead of the games, and a parade for Dutch supporters was held at 12:30 p.m., 10:30 GMT, around time of the incident. Germany is hosting the month-long tournament that began on Friday night. And defending champion Argentina will kick off the Copa America 2024 in just 1 week when they face Canada in the opener on Thursday at Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Hosts United States will open the campaign against Bolivia at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas on June 23rd. And South American powerhouse Brazil will take on Costa Rica at SoFi Stadium just outside Los Angeles on June 24th. The CONMEBOL Copa America 2024 will be held in 14 cities across the United States, with the final slated for Miami's Hard Rock Stadium on July 14. The tournament will feature 16 squads, 10 from CONMEBOL and 6 guest squads from CONCACAF. And still to come on DD India Sports Buzz. Defending Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz fully focused on the upcoming grass court season before returning to his beloved clay for the Paris Olympics. Third seed Katie Boulter successfully defends her Nottingham Open title. Welcome back. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj. Third seed Katie Boulter fought through a semi-final and final on Sunday to successfully defend a Nottingham Open title. With rain delaying both semis on Saturday, Boulter first edged fellow Brit and 2021 US Open champion Emma Raducanu 6-7, 6-3, 6-4 before seeing off former world number Karolina Pliskova of the Czech Republic 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 in the showpiece match. Boulter clinched her third career title and second of the season. She won her first of the year in March in San Diego, remarkably on the same weekend that de Minaur won another title in Acapulco. And Sumit Nagal fell just short of clinching back-to-back titles on the ATP Challenger Tour as he lost 6-1, 6-2 in 62 minutes to world number 41 Luciano Darderi in the final in Perugia on Sunday. Nagal was playing his 10th match in the last 12 days, including his run in Heilbronn, Germany, where he won the 6th Challenger title of his career. The victory in Germany helped the Indian move up to a new career high of 77 in the ATP rankings, likely securing him a spot in men's singles at Paris Olympics. Defending Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday said that he's fully focused on the upcoming grass court season before returning to his beloved clay for the Paris Olympics. Alcaraz, fresh off from maiden French Open title, returns to the Queen's Club Champions, where he began a remarkable run last season, winning his maiden title on grass before going on to win a shock Wimbledon crown at the expense of Novak Djokovic.
Well, we have to be focused on the tournaments that we are playing right now. Obviously, Roland Garros, it was a fantastic 2 weeks for me, a dream come true, lifting the trophy. But right now, our mind must be here on the grass, just to be ready as soon as I can to play a good tennis here in Queens, and obviously to get ready to Wimbledon. You know, right now my focus is on the grass season in these 2 tournaments, and after that, obviously, my mind will be to be ready on clay again and playing as my best tennis in the Olympics game.
Alcaraz added that pairing with Rafael Nadal in doubles at the Olympic Games to be hosted at Roland Garros is a prospect that makes him really, really happy.
For me, it's great. I'm excited to play doubles. Of course, even more playing with Rafa. Yeah, 2 years now without playing doubles, but I think I'll be ready. Just with a few practice, I think I'll be ready to find my good style in doubles and hopefully do a great team with Rafa. I mean, it's really difficult to live. I mean, I didn't expect to play doubles in the Olympics game with Rafa, so it's a unique moment for me that, of course, I'm really, really happy about it. So,
3 times Grand Slam champion Andy Murray is set to represent Team Great Britain at this year's Summer's Olympic in Paris. Cameron Norrie, Dan Evans and Jack Draper are also in line to represent Great Britain in France, with the tennis tournament to be played on clay courts. Murray won Olympic gold in London in 2012 and Rio in 2016.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You know, obviously I've really enjoyed, you know, playing the Olympics over the years, and yeah, a chance to play in another one. Yeah, I'm excited about that. You know, had some great moments, but also some difficult ones in the Olympics, but always, you know, amazing experience, and I've learned a lot from them.
Meanwhile, 2021 US Open champion Emma Raducanu has turned down a spot on the team as she continues to make her way back to her best form after a string of injuries. Raducanu opted not to play at this year's French Open to prepare for the grass court swing and Wimbledon. While shifting focus to golf now, Bryson DeChambeau came out on top in a dramatic final round back-nine battle with Rory McIlroy to win the US Open by 1 shot on Sunday in North Carolina, as the Northern Irishman's major misery continued. Poised to end a decade-long major drought, McIlroy collapsed at the finish with bogeys on 3 of his final 4 holes, including a heartbreaker at the 18th, where he missed from inside 4 feet. At the same time, playing in the final pair, DeChambeau sent his tee shot into the rough but held his nerve to finish with par and a final round 1/71. that was good enough to earn the LIV Golf Standard Bearer a heart-stopping victory with a 6 under 274 winning total. And India's archer Bhajan Kaur claimed a gold medal to help India earn a recurve women's individual quota place in final Olympic qualifier in Turkey on Sunday. Third-ranked Bhajan and ninth-placed Ankita Bhakat reached the quarterfinals to ensure a women's berth in Paris 2024. Bhajan stole the spotlight by defeating top seed Mobina Fallah of Iran in straight sets to claim the gold. However, seasoned second-ranked archer Deepika Kumari, who received 2 byes, lost her first match to Azerbaijan's Ramazanova 6-4. As the event offers only one individual quota place to a country, India secured the slot through the higher-ranked Bhajan's fine performance. And before we close, England fans celebrated their side claimed a nervy 1-0 win over Serbia in their first game. With tens of thousands of supporters roaring them on, Gareth Southgate's three-line side made a confident start in Gelsenkirchen.
Serbia, as Alexander-Arnold strikes the wall. Vlahovic.
This second half has not really been tested by Safi that much, and I think it's just still up to the test.
To the perfect start. Jude Bellingham with the only goal of the match. A header in the 13th minute of the game, proving to be enough.
Well, that was some celebration in England. That's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching Sports Buzz.